Now, Juventus versus Lecce was a far bigger game than just a normal Serie A game. Juventus, they knew going into this game tomorrow, Lazio against Roma, two teams competing for a European spot. One of them, if not both, will drop points. They also knew Atalanta was coming up against Vincenzo Italiano's Bologna. One of them, if not both, will drop points in order to keep breathing down their necks. In order to get yourself that cushion, you must beat Lecce. And they did. Juventus 2, Lecce 1. Hey, listen, is it crazy sometimes to say, like, you're falling in love with a player? Like, I didn't even know what the right word was. Is it crazy to say that sometimes you're beginning to fall in love with a player? Because there is this one player in this Juventus team. Every time I've watched him this season, I'm just sat telling myself, you're a baller. You're something special. You are that guy. But I'll tell you guys who he is later on. Juventus 2, Lecce 1. Now listen, was it comfortable? Yes. Should Juventus have kept the clean sheet? Yes. But I feel like towards the end of the game, you could see fatigue was beginning to kick in. The concentration, there were lapses of it. Lecce score from a set piece. But Juventus, I feel like that first half was a good first half by Juventus because it showed a higher level of technical security. It showed a higher level of physical ability. And it just showed more cohesion, yeah? Like you could see the players, they're playing in and around one another. The players, they all share the same purpose, which is they want to play on the front foot. They want to play vertical. They want to get the ball forwards as quick as possible. And on top of everything, they want to score goals. Like Juventus actually had a lot of opportunities in the first half. And I feel like this is a game that if you didn't watch it, the scoreline doesn't paint a 2-1 picture. But let's just look at the goals. Now, there's one thing. Both of these goals... No. There's two things both of these goals have in common. One of them is the Serbian, Karim Benzema. Dusan Vlahovic, 2 assists. But listen, first and foremost, Kefram Turan. What he done on that first goal, I loved it. Look at this photo. Kefram Turan is looking at me and he's looking at you. This dude with a no-look pass, and I kid you guys not, it completely fooled that Lecce midfield. He's looking sideways, but he passes the ball forward into Dusan Vlahovic. This, you see when they say football is a game of small margins? This is what we're talking about. The deception. The deception to fool the opposition. Him doing that, nobody was expecting the passing to Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic wasn't even expecting it himself. His teammates looking to the side. But next thing you know, the ball is at Dusan Vlahovic's feet. He controls the ball, puts it into Koopmeiners' path. Now, I always bang on about this. When you're going to pass to a teammate in the final third, make sure you pass them the ball in an area where they can just run onto it and shoot. Nobody wants to control the ball and create a half yard and try and find a way to shoot. Put it on a plate and I will eat. I will score. Koopmeiners, it was a lovely goal. Listen, if Koopmeiners can pick up some form from now up until the end of the season, it helps Juventus in trying to get Champions League football. But on top of everything, it just instills that hope and faith that he probably needs after having a car crash of a season, okay? You see the car crashes in Fast and Furious? That is the Koopmeiners season. Just the cars was flying left, right. He's had a shocking season. But if he can have a good end to the campaign, maybe, just maybe, it will give him the confidence going into next season. But it was a lovely team goal. From Kefram Turan's fake no-look pass to Dusan Vlahovic putting it on a plate for his teammate. And Koopmeiners putting it into the back of the net. Now the second goal. I told you guys, the two goals, they had two things in common. One, the Serbian, Karim Benzema. Dusan Vlahovic, 2 assists. He was involved once again. But so was Kefram Turan, picking up the ball in his own half. I've always told you guys, Kefram Turan's ball carrying ability, it's a game changer. Whoever Juventus sign in the summer, this dude is a guaranteed starter because of the ball carrying alone. And don't get me wrong, he offers so much more. A midfielder that can pick up the ball and just carry. I love it. Like, ball carrying for me, is one of my favorite attributes in the game. But he picks it up, he picks it up, he picks it up. He gets it into the final third, feeds it into Kenan. This was a beautiful goal. Listen, this was a beautiful goal. Feeds it into Kenan Yildiz. Kenan Yildiz straight away back into Thuram's path. Straight away into Dusan Vlahovic. Now he knows I've got my back to goal. I can't shoot. So all I can do is once again, just like how he put it on a plate for Koopmeiners, all I can do is put it on a plate for Kenan Yildiz. And the Turkish star steps up, curls it around, puts it into the back of the net. Listen, for me, they were two quality goals, because you're finally beginning to see the players give and go. You're finally beginning to see the players express themselves from carrying the ball, doing the 1-2s, laying it off into your teammate. Listen, the title is Batman and Robin. I've always banged on about Dusan Vlahovic and Kenan Yildiz's connection, the partnership in the final third. Now, as much as it pains me to say, actually, no, I'm happy to say this, okay? Because I care about a player's development and growth. Beginning of the season, Dusan Vlahovic was Batman and Kenan Yildiz was Robin. Now, Kenan Yildiz is Batman. Dusan Vlahovic is Robin. But listen, who cares? Who cares? As long as they work with one another and Juventus win, we're all happy. But listen, I felt like Dusan Vlahovic, it would have been nice to see him score a goal, but I feel like we're getting there. We are getting there. And listen, love him, hate him, I've always been a fan. I will always support the guy. If him scoring 2-3 goals from now up until the end of the season gets Juventus an extra 10 million, I guarantee you guys will love those 3 goals. But listen, today, you could see he was a bit more involved. Today, he was bringing his teammates in the game. Today, the first touch was there. Let's say 7 out of 10 times. The first touch was there. His ability to play with his back to goal. And you know why it's crazy? It's because now he's beginning to get his confidence back. Listen, you see in football, I'm a firm believer in the biggest drug in football is confidence. Confidence is a drug in football, and it's something you need. Like, as a footballer, you need it. Hey, this video might not get monetized. It's something that you need in football. You just need it, okay? Dusan Vlahovic, you're beginning to see 3 games he's now started back to back to back. He's beginning to get confidence. He's beginning to feel himself. He's beginning to look in the mirror and tell himself, I am that guy. And you could see today, he was comfortable, he's feeling himself, he's bringing his teammates in the game. And you could even see when Juventus was scoring, they were all running to Dusan Vlahovic, yeah? Listen, that's what you need. When a player is drowning, you need your teammates in and around you to pick you up. But listen, I felt like he had a good game. It would have been nice for him to get a goal. Yo, Locatelli, Locatelli, man. Listen. I think he attempted 130 passes. We're talking regista performance to the highest level. This dude is just getting better and better and better. Locatelli against the teams that like to sit back, against the teams that don't like to press, he's having fun. He's having plenty of fun. Locatelli, I felt like he had a very, very, very good performance. Kenan Yildiz, as always, what more is there to say about Kenan Yildiz? The kid's talented. The kid's full of promise. There's hunger. There's commitment. There's dedication. There's grinta, as my Italian brothers like to tell me. Listen, the kid is talented. And when you're talented, you score goals. From Thuram. I told you guys, who is this one player that I'm just beginning to fall in love with? And I'm guessing you guys have guessed it. From Thuram. Hey, every time I watch him, I'm just sat telling myself, 25 million. 25 million. 25 million. 25 million. It's in Arabic. 25 million. You don't do what this guy does week in, week out and cost 25 million. Listen, everything, ball progression, ball carrying, somebody that can defend, somebody that can be an anchor, somebody that can dictate play, somebody that can score goals, somebody that can play make, somebody that can dribble. Yo, what a lovely player. I genuinely look forward to watching him, and it's just such a shame that all Juventus have left is the Serie A. So I have to now wait another 7 days to watch Kefram Thuram. But what a player, what a performance. I felt like the only downside of this performance is because Juventus under Igor Tudor, don't even have to pronounce names anymore, under Igor Tudor, they like to press. They like to press relentlessly. They like to commit the whole teams forward. you have to bear in mind, after the second half, 50, 60-minute, fatigue kicks in, and that's when they wear off. Like, they don't have the endurance to do it from minute 1 to minute 90. And that's why when you watch the game, the last 20, 25 minutes, Juventus, they faded away because you could see the energy levels, they went down. That's the only downside. But listen, there's a reason why Tudor is doing 2 training sessions a day, because he knows the endurance, the physical, the fitness levels of this team, I need to raise it. And now, whether or not I stay or not, if I go, the next manager walks into an advantage, which is these players' fitness levels are now higher. They can handle a high pressing game, which is something I would like to see Juventus do. But I feel like in the first half, when they did press, when they did commit, they are a counter-pressing team now under Tudor. They're doing well. It's just a matter of, can you sustain it for 55 minutes, for 60 minutes, for 70 minutes? And with that, can you capitalize on the errors that you force from pressing? But listen, it was a good performance. It was a professional performance. It was comfortable. But most importantly, the 3 points when you know Atalanta Bologna tomorrow morning, when you know Lazio Roma tomorrow evening, someone is dropping points. If not, everyone is dropping points. So it's a good 3 points for Juventus. Good performance, good goals. That's all you need. You win, you get confident. You look forward to the next game, and you win. And I will definitely catch you guys on that next game. Make sure to like, subscribe, let me know in the comments, and I will catch you guys on another one.